Hello people, got a little bit of an update. Sorry, I'm a little tired. Went to sleep late last night. Here's my car. Still got to do a couple things. I'm gonna make a custom bracket for the oil pressure sensor that I relocated and stuff. But I picked up a WRX hatchback or wagon, whatever you want to call it, a couple weeks ago. Maybe not a couple weeks ago. I think it was before snow. I picked it up. Picked it up for. Well, I'm not even gonna say how much. Picked it up with a blown motor. The guy said it had. He tried to re-shim the valves and he put too thick of hydraulic lifters in it, and that was causing it to have no compression on the driver's side bank. But the car should have still ran, even though it had no compression on the driver's side bank. So when I got there, I realized that he bent all 16 valves and just didn't want to say shit. So I knew what was wrong with it. Like, I didn't pick up the car hoping it was just hydraulic lifters. Shit had no compression. So I pulled the motor out yesterday before I went out, and I got the motor in the garage. I want to show you guys the body really quick. I have the bumper. It's over there. It's a quick disconnect, so I kind of just took it off really quick. That way I didn't ruin anything. It's got a front mount, poured in polished TD04. Well, just the inlet on the TD04. I took it off to double check that, and then I just put it back on for now. So poured in polished TD04, exited stage 2 clutch, machine flywheel. That needs to be remachined now. New timing belt kit, basic stuff, nothing too bad. Silicone hoses, 3-inch turbo inlet, or 2.4-inch turbo inlet, I think. 3. And then it like sizes down. I'll show you guys. Momo steering wheel. That's what all WRXs come with from 02 to 05. I actually upgraded mine to an 05 Subaru Forester steering wheel. A little smaller, a little thicker. Makes it a little more fun to drive. Also did the center console swap in my car. That's what my center console used to look like right there. I didn't really like it. So yeah, I did that. This one's got the nice seats in it, but I'm going to leave them here. I'm not going to take them out because I'm looking for an STI interior for my car. So that's that. As far as the back seats go, right now they're down. Here's the Samco turbo inlet, 3-inch to 2 1/4, or 2.4, whatever the hell you want to call it. Starting to crack a little bit, nothing too bad. Turbo inlet. This hooks up to the blow-off valve. I mean, not the turbo inlet, it's turbo pipe. Blow-off valve pipe. It's the blow-off valve connector for the recirculating system. Hoses for the radiator. Got the fans under the radiator. I got the front mount intercooler piping in the back. Got the grill in the back. The guy gave me the stock struts because it's got lowering springs. He gave me the stock airbox too. It's got a wing in the back. Orange wheels, lowered. Cross-drilled rotors. It's a little too low for my liking because I could barely get the jack under it. So I borrowed a strut spring compressor because I'm changing all 4 struts on my car. I got a good deal, all 4 brand new for $198. I also need to get my rear fenders re-rolled because the guy rolled into a 45-degree angle, and my tire came up and pulled it down, as you can see right here. So I got to get them re-rolled all the way flat. I think they call it a pancake roll. But also my rear struts blew out, so I was going to buy 2 rears for $128, but then I got all 4 for $198. So I borrowed the strut spring compressor, which is now in my dad's car. And while I had that, I might just do the struts on this. Or if I keep it lowered, I think I'm going to find a nice set of BRZ wheels or some kind of Subaru wheels and throw them on. That way it looks a little nicer, a little too much rubber for my liking. Plus my dad will probably want these tires for one of his cars anyway. I'll go inside and show you guys the motor. Here's the radiator cap for the car. I don't know why the hell it's on the floor, but I'll bring it inside. That's kind of a messed up job. Charging up my impact. Alright. Pulled the motor inside. I cleaned up a little room on that side because I had to put the motor in my dad's XT, which I finally did. I'll show you guys that in the next video. So I figured I'll rip the motor at the same time. Yesterday I took my girlfriend to prom. We had a wonderful time. So that was fun. But I pulled the motor out before I went because I figured today I'll work on it. So I pulled the motor out, JDM STI long block 2.0. It's got the JDM STI heads on it. The guy just kept the original cam sensors because on STIs and on mostly any EJ25s, but this is a 2.0 just because it's JDM STI. When they come with AVCS, they usually put the cam position sensors on the back. They read off the back cam. But what this guy did, he just relocated the stock one back in front with the WRX cam gears, so that works too. Had plenty of spark. I checked for spark before it came apart. I tried to sell the car for a while before I fixed it because I figured if I sell it before I have time to work on it, no problem. Everybody wanted to give me what I paid for it, which I paid a significant amount, a little bit high for it, but figured it was a good deal. I'll make the money when it's done. Remove the front O2 sensor so I can get the motor out. It's got the EGT sensor in it. I think I'm going to take it out. I'm not sure. I know USDM STIs don't come with a cat in the up pipe. I'm not too sure about the JDM STIs, but I have a catless up pipe anyway. Right there, I could just throw one. Turbo, it's been ported on the inlet. I took it off and put it back on just because I didn't want to lose anything for it. It's got minor shaft play, but all of them have minor shaft play. Got to remachine the flywheel. Stage 2 clutch I put on the floor over there. It's got cam gears. The guy gave it to me like this with no covers on it. That's just the same way the motor came out of the car. I usually don't take the intake off in the car, but this one I did just for the fun of it. And yeah, so now I got to find the backing plate for this side. I think I'm going to pull it off this motor. It's a EJ25 STI block with a 2.0 heads, which is a hybrid motor. I got the home motor with the intake, alternator, VF39 turbo, everything for $450. But it's got a blown cylinder somewhere, which I don't know which one it is. The guy didn't tell me, so I'm going to split it from the block and build it up, which somebody already split it before. You can tell there's silicone everywhere. But I'm going to split it again, build it up from scratch. I'm going to buy a Bug-Eye sedan because my dad wants one. World Rally Blue, and hybrid swap it for him. So I'm just going to keep that motor there, and then when I find a body, I'll build it. But yeah, this one's going to come apart, EJ20. I'm hopefully going to take off the heads and everything today on it, and if I have time, I'm going to split the block too, because I'm going to throw rod bearings in it, because I don't want to take a chance of putting the motor together and it's got a blown rod, so I'm going to take it apart, inspect everything, rebuild it from the crank up, and then I'm waiting on head gaskets and 16 valves, and after I get those, I'll be able to put the motor back in the car. I got a new timing belt kit coming for it. I got everything else for it. I have everything else I need for it, so that's going to be fun. I'm going to take all this shielding off and just put pink header wrap that I have. That way it looks a little nicer. But yeah, all the valves are bent. You can't really see in there. But if you look inside through all the ports when all the valves are closed, well, or they're supposed to be closed, they're all open. So he probably didn't line up the timing right because he's missing the cam gear on this side, the backing plate, and that's what has the timing mark. So he probably didn't line them up right. I mean, I guess if you line them up, the two hash marks together, that'll be close enough, but still, I'd take a chance. So he messed that up, and now I'm going to have to fix his mistakes. So that's not going to be fun. But I'm going to enjoy working on it. Let me know what you guys think. I'll take step-by-step processes through the build and let you know how it goes. I got to clean up a spot, try to list out that table so I can split the block on top of it. So let me know what you guys think. I'll talk to you guys later.